use the pivot method for gathering, but for all these simple ones, we will trace it. Now, so pretty much we're going to just do the pleat first. I'll do the tuck dart after it. What I want you to do is just trace it, okay? That's it. You're going to put the grain line on here and cut it out and notch your notches. That's it, okay? Because all a pleat is just the dart legs folded together, okay? So when you're sewing this, you're just going to line up the two notches like that and sew it to whatever, okay? And that's a pleat, all right? So after you've done this one, just, like I said, label it, and it'll be called the pleat. You'll notice that when you make skirts and you line them, a lot of times the fashion fabric, the self fabric is, the dart is literally sewed up. But if you look inside, usually the lining, the dart isn't sewed. They just kind of overlap where the notches are and just let the pleat hang natural. If anything, it's kind of better, especially for movement, you know, and your tummy and all that. So we'll be good to go there. And like I said, just put pleat on here, self, and you're going to cut it all out and notch your notches, okay? All right. So for the tuck dart, I'm going to see if I possibly can use this little piece here. Yay! Okay. Okay. So next class, we're going to be doing princess seams, and we're going to be using the bodice that we turned in just now. And I think you all know, like I'd said last class, you can't really get rid of a dart, guys, but you can sure move them and change them into something else. So darts will be moved and to make princess seams. They can be changed and made to be a pleat or gathers or tucks. But you need the shape in your foundation garment somehow. So here we go. Even if you do something in a knit, if it's a really tightly woven knit, you still may need to even have a bust dart here. We had knit dresses that were just like a little sheath dress, but we still had to have some darts up at the side because if we didn't, the front hiked up, okay? And it looked didn't look good. So I'm not going to mark my apex or my drill hole in marker, but I'm going to do it in a pencil because it's going to disappear after a while. We don't want it on there. So what I'm going to do is just literally line this back up, mark my apex with pencil, and now I'm going to go ahead and draw my dart legs up to the apex, just so you guys can kind of see where the steps are going. Okay. Now, for a tuck dart, basically, it's kind of like a pleat, but it's sewed up a little bit, okay? So basically what the contractor is going to do is they're going to get this garment and they're going to fold it and match up your notches, okay? And then, after you do that, were the buses late or something? I can't even line it up here, guys. Here we go. There. And when they go to sew this, you basically just sew up part of the way of the dart, okay? But how can they tell where to stop? How can they tell how far out to go? and all that good stuff, right? You can't. So you're going to have to put some drill holes in here for guidelines, okay? So then when so they'll know that they can go up the dart leg, and then they're going to sew across here like this. So what you're going to do, that's why I put these little pencil marks right here. Drill holes are never on the sew line, okay? They're always like 1/8 of an inch inside that dart leg. So what we'll do, we'll just go up about 3 inches, okay, from the original dart leg. Line your grid ruler up and put it 1/8 of an inch away from the edge so that that line is inside, and then measure up 3 inches. I mean, I'm not going to be that picky, guys. I mean, either do it 3 inches or 2.5 or 3.5. Then what you're going to do is you're going to mark your little drill hole up 3 over 1/8, okay? But then what's going to happen is when they sew this up, they'll have that guideline and they'll know to go past it 1/8 of an inch and below it 1/8 of an inch. Then they'll come down and go across, okay? All right. So, honey, are you listening? Okay. So what I do is I like to kind of line up the ruler with the dart leg, and then or you can kind of just eye it and make it go straight across. Sometimes I did fold it, so that's good. I can find the center of it like that. And I basically square it from that middle line that I folded. If you square it with here and you sew it, you're basically going to be doing this. You're going to be going boom and then down, okay? But what you kind of want to do, you either want to go up and straight across or up and just over a little bit. And then that way that'll secure it even better. Some tucks, guys, you don't even go across to the fold line. Some tucks you just sew up here and back tack. But I noticed when I got in the industry, they go across. And it kind of, I'm not sure, not getting that, am I? It's because of my fat thing. So let's do that. Okay. And basically all you're going to do is you're going to circle this and you're going to circle that. All right? Then what's going to happen, I'm going to go ahead and cut this and notch it out so you can see. If you drew the pencil mark, I'm probably going to have you erase it. Okay? You don't want that drill hole up there because the computer and the cutters will poke a hole in it. They'll think it's a drill hole, okay? And then you'll have a big hole right in the middle of your garment, and you don't want that. So I've got my notcher here, and my notcher here. Okay, so then we've got a little drill hole that's going to be poked. You don't have to poke it, but I'm going to just so you'll see what. And they literally poke it in the fabric. Then they fold it over. Yay, I can see the drill hole goes there. And then I fold it exactly where that drill hole is in the middle, see? And it's lining up perfect. Then when they sew it, I'm going to do this in red so you'll see. They know to sew it up here. Okay, where do I stop? Where do I stop? Oh, I stopped 1/8 of an inch from that drill hole, and then I go up 1/8 of an inch above it. And where do I go here? Well, I go 1/8 of an inch above there, okay? So then that's your tuck dart. So then when this opens up, like magic, boom, it's sewed up to that point, yeah, so it'll be nice and smooth, and then this pops open, okay? All right, so you're going to cut it all out, notch everywhere. If you want to erase the old pencil marks, go right ahead, okay? Or you can cross them out. If you want to draw the red line on the back, fine. That way you'll know that's where you sew. If not, basically just these notches, those drill holes are what you need on your pattern, okay? So this one will be called tuck dart. So mark your grain line like always. Label it like always, tuck dart, okay?